Next behavior we're going to cover is what some people call canine push-ups. It's simply putting your dog into a sit, then to a down, then a sit again, and kind of repeating where your dog's having to lift their body up into a sit position from laying down. That's really the behavior we're trying to establish here, because we know that your dogs know how to sit and they know how to lay down, but what we're teaching them is getting to a sit position from a down. So we're going to do this by luring, and once your dog is in a down, the idea is showing them a treat from their nose and lifting it slightly above their head, just out of reach where they can't actually lick it, and not high enough where they want to jump for it. So every dog has a sweet spot that you'll kind of find, and the idea is about 3 to 4 inches above their nose, but not enough where they can lick it. So though your dog may know what sit means, that doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to use the verbal cue sit in this exercise from the beginning, because we're luring them into a new position they may not have taken that path to get there before. But once the behavior strengthened, we can use the word sit. But at first, no verbal cues until the behavior is strong. Once the behavior is strong, we can add that verbal cue. Okay, so here we're going to have Molly demonstrate this. What we're going to do is put him in a sit, lure him into a down, and watch how I flip my hand up, lift it right above her head, and then treat that. Now, it's not necessary that they stay in the sit because we can always reset, but it is important, again, to fade out that hand signal or that lure in time. Okay, so lure when necessary. Once the behavior is strong, we'll add the verbal cue, and then we can fade out the lure. Now, see how she's offering a ton of behaviors right here? So instead of rewarding that, we're going right back into the exercise. So again, the goal is to put them in a down, then lift your hand, reward the sit. Once they understand what we're doing, we can add the verbal cue sit and also fade out the lure. But if they get confused, or they start offering other behaviors, use the lure so that way you get a successful rep and can treat that and end on that good note. It doesn't do us any good if the dog is confused as far as what we're trying to get from them. So end on a successful rep and then treat them, and then stop there. Stop while you're ahead, because we want your dog to be encouraged doing these behaviors, not confused.